All right, folks, we are now a little bit behind schedule. I'm not sure why they're just not turning them loose. We were originally scheduled for a 2 o'clock toss out. I've purposely kind of held the feed here before, for whatever reason, for waiting on a set of umpires, which, to be frank with you, I do not see on the field. And so that would be my guesstimate as to why we are not underway. I see coaches. I see the tournament hosts from Hydro Eakly out, the admin. Both teams pretty much ready to roll. Hydro Eakly versus Canute. This will be a punch-out game. And winner will advance to play again. Loser will be out of the tournament. Schedule for today's action, if you're curious and interested. At Hydro Eakly, it'll be Sterling versus Navajo. Loser of that game is eliminated from the playoffs. The winner, or playoffs from the contention. The winner will meet Amber Pocasset at approximately 4 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., Arapahoe Butler will meet Fort Cobb Broxton. That'll be your winner's tie-in game to the championship game for Monday. Loser will still have a shot to make it back into the championship game, though, on Monday. Here at Weatherford Eagle Field, 2 o'clock Canute versus Hydro Eakly, and the winner will face Dale at approximately 4 p.m. Again, losers eliminated today from every matchup other than Arapahoe Butler versus Fort Cobb Broxton. We've updated our tournament graphic for you on our Prep Nation Facebook page and also my personal profile, so it's out there. We've sent it to tournament host, Coach Graham. And so if anybody would like a bracket for the tournament or schedules so that you can quickly share that for your team, you can reach out to Greg Goodrich, 405-492-8825. Today we announced our inaugural watch list for fall baseball pitcher and player of the year. And we have, I believe, 57 players on the list. I will be trimming that down to 25 quarterfinalists and then 10 semifinalists before we name 5 finalists. So congratulations to the following players: Brody Arrington from Bing, Bryson Allen from Mill Creek, Case Angley from Navajo, Briar Anglin from Amber Pocasset, Kingston Arnold from Calumet, Blaine Bellamy from Fort Cobb Broxton, Rainer Bean from Wright City, Jake Butler from Canute, Shooter Boatwright from Tusca, Dylan Bumgardner from Calera, Brett Carnot from Okarche, James Childers from Rattan, Zayden Craig from Calera, Decker Davis from Arapahoe Butler, Caden Dean from Preston, Colson Edge from Boswell, Ben Ellis from Rattan, Teague Ferris from Canute, Cord Fenton from Worcester, Landon Fortner from Latta, Kelby Fowler from Asher, Jackson Gregory from Tusca, Sam Harcrow from Mill Creek, Colin Hendrickson from Okarche, Gabe Hernandez from Silo, Jaden Herring from Preston, Jet Higdon from Dale, Trip Higgins from Hammond, Hunter Hughes from Mill Creek, Tucker Hughes from Sterling, Cooper Johnson from Rattan, Reed Cock from Red Oak, Walt Kerr from Tusca, Darren Ledford from Oktaha, Riley Lyle from Sterling, Nolan Lindley from Stewart, Case Lindley from Wright City, Reese Littlefield from Latta, Zach Luker from Stewart, Darren Meeks from Worcester, Mason Pickering from Oktaha, Tabor Rivera from Boswell, Jackson Riley from Amber Pocasset, Easton Roby from Okarche, Jack Rooker from Dale, Xavier Sambrano from Hydro Eakly, Dallas Sanchez from Navajo, Zane Sander from Silo, Hudson Skinder from Asher, Giles Southall from Arapahoe Butler, Caleb Thiessen from Calumet, Kyler Thiessen from Calumet, Dylan Walden from Oktaha, Caleb Warner from Hydro Eakly, Braylon White from Dale, Eli Willits from Fort Cobb Broxton, and Noah Wilson from Preston. Congratulations to the following teams and players. You have made the watch list for PNTV Fall Baseball Pitcher and Player of the Year. Well, looks like we are still waiting for umpires, folks, so I apologize for the delay. Not much else we can do other than, I guess, just suit up the least suspecting person out there in the stands that seems to be an expert and just force them to earn their keep. Sometimes that might not be such a bad idea. Well, folks, I do see a umpire coming on the field. Hoop, hoop, hooray. Now we just got to find a second one. So coaches are about to exchange. Here we go, now following him. So coaches will exchange their lineup cards and sheet rosters, and then we should be able to be good to go here after about a 10-minute delay. Canute is going to be your home team, so let me flip our encoder panel here accordingly. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsors for today's live stream, video highlights, and plays of the game. Piscina's Mexican Cafe, locations in El Reno, Hinton, and Weatherford. And then Bank of Hydro and Deer Creek Hardware, True Value, both in Hydro, Oklahoma. Well, if you missed the Sooners' debut last night, it was kind of a mixed bag in my particular opinion. The offense didn't look as sharp as I was expecting it to. However, due to 6 turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, OU absolutely walloped Temple 51-3. I think they may have had more turnovers in one game than they did probably half of last year, if not more. So the defense looks to be much improved under Coach Brent Venables. From what I watched, Jackson Arnold had about 5 drop passes. I think he ended up 17 for 25, if I remember correctly, with about 180 yards of passing offense. Could have been well over another 100 plus on that. Michael Hawkins Jr. got some playing time, absolutely looked electric, and so the future's bright for Oklahoma, having Jackson Arnold, Michael Hawkins Jr., and then Kevin Sperry Jr. coming in next year if he remains committed to the Sooners. Have been a Denton Geyer player, then Carl Albert, and then transferred back to Texas. Can't remember the exact team off the top of my head, but I know it's another Metro team. All right. Canute playing for their life, Hydro Eakly. Absolute playing spoiler role. They had their chances against Dale, rallied in a absolutely brilliant game that still just disturbs me to no end that I cannot, for whatever reason, get it to upload and post. So I've talked to Coach Graham and apologizing to any Hydro Eakly fans. It was not intentional. We recorded, and it just keeps giving a corrupted file path error that will not allow me to move it from the encoder panel. To a certain extent, you have to have 15.88 gigabytes of space to move it, which is a lot. I've got 23 plus on a device, and it still won't move it, so I'm going to work this weekend with a technical person to see if we can find a way to recapture that so that you'll be able to get the clip. Our Prep Nation schedule today will basically come down to who wins this game. Fly out to center field. If Canute is victorious and it's Canute versus Dale, then we will flex our coverage and go to Hydro to do the Amber Pocasset game against Navajo or Sterling. If Hydro Eakly wins this game and it is Hydro Eakly versus Dale, we will broadcast this game But regardless, we will be doing the Arapahoe Butler Fort Cobb Broxton game at 6 o'clock at Hydro Eakly High School. So Canute win. We will do the Amber Pocasset game, then Arapahoe Butler versus Fort Cobb Broxton at Hydro. If Hydro Eakly wins this game in Weatherford, we will do the Dale game here. Then we will head over to Hydro for the championship tie-in game between Arapahoe Butler and Fort Cobb Broxton. Mustangs victorious last night against Dale, 5-0 shutout. Very impressive performance for Blaine Bellamy, getting the victory head-to-head over Jack Rooker, another one of our Prep Nation watch list players and pitchers of the year. So the Mustangs looking every bit the part of the favorite for the tournament once again. We have 8 teams remaining. Theoretically, all 8 can still make the championship game, but some will have to win multiple games. Only doubleheader teams that will have to play 2 potentially are the 2 o'clock games. And flicks the bat over. So they get the leadoff walk. Hydro Eakly so close to defeating Dale. End up giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and then time limits hit the 2-hour mark. So they lose 8-7 after having 3 leads in the game. Otherwise, they just so close to being in yesterday's matchup and potentially being the team to wait somebody today at 4 o'clock, even if they've lost. And safe at second. And strikeout. I'd like to thank each of you that are tuning in today. If you haven't given us a subscribe, please do so. Just go to our Prep Nation TV home channel. Click subscribe. It is free. It'll prioritize content whenever you are inside the app, and you'll be more likely to see Prep Nation videos. All things equal, next week we will be in Stewart High School. And puts him on the corner. Oh, they're going to send him. Miscue there, scores the run. Hydro Eakly takes the early lead. Slowed it down just enough with the second baseman to kind of trot roll out to right field. Heads up play by Coach Chris Graham, sending him on the way. And it's an early 1-0 lead for the Bobcats. Hooks over the fence, goes foul. 0-2 pitch count, 2 down now. Canute looking to get out of the jam here, making sure that they can find a way to get to the bats without giving up any additional runs. Hydro Eakly perfectly spotted shot to the shortstop, or second baseman, couldn't field it. Rolled between his legs out to right field, allowed this base runner to go from second all the way into home. Goes foul again. And safe at second. Very aggressive start to the game for the Hydro Eakly Bobcats. Fires to first, gets him on the 5-3 ground out. Bobcats score 1, strand 1. We'll head at the bottom of the first inning. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the 2024 Labor Day Baseball Tournament. Day 3 action here at Weatherford Eagle Field Park. We'll be heading over to Hydro Eakly High School later this afternoon. And depending upon the result of this game will be whether or not we broadcast back-to-back Hydro Eakly games, or if we will do Amber Pocasset at approximately 4 p.m. and then the championship tie-in game between the Arapahoe Butler Indians and the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And the bottom of the first officially underway. Nice single out to left field. Trojans with the leadoff runner on. I'll give you some updates for the Navajo-Sterling game as scores start to kind of trickle in. Stolen base in, safe at second. So far, nothing to report other than 0-0. Put it in play to the, couldn't get it. I really thought he was going to get a glove on that one. So they're going to hold him on the corners, first and third for Canute. No outs, and the Trojans absolutely making a statement here early on in the bottom of the first. Ooh, that was close. And safe at second again. Down to right field, scores one, gonna be two, and it's a 2 RBI double lead change. Canute Trojans now up on top. And back out to center field, holding him on the corner. First and third once again for Canute. Infield pop-up. Oh, loses it in the sun. Flicks it over fielder's choice, so that run will not count as an earned run. However, we will have a 6-4 fielder's choice tag. So runner safe at first. Run does count, though. 3-1 Canute. Seems to be, at least my personal opinion, a little bit brighter today out on the field than it has been. Not to say that there's still not a bunch of clouds, because there are, but I believe he lost that by just not wearing any sunglasses. If I was out there playing, man, I'd have razors and shades on, plus eyeliner. I wouldn't be rolling out there with shades on the top of my hat. Covered a tournament last weekend where a poor center fielder had sunglasses on the brim of his hat and missed 3 different routine fly balls. With the advent of polarized sunglasses, that's just the way to go on days like today. Right, in safe. Boy, if you didn't catch the Clemson-Georgia game, wow.
Was it good?
It was 3-0 into the first quarter. 6-0 at halftime, Georgia up. And ended up 34-3, Georgia. I mean, the Bulldogs absolutely exploded in the second half. Really looked like Clemson had a chance to win the game until they didn't have any chance at all to win the game. So very impressive performance for the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't care what anybody says. Till somebody beats them, they're number one. What Kirby Smart has done there has been nothing short of taking the baton and running faster. And the guy that gave him the baton, which was Nick Saban. Ohio State should probably be one of their rivals this year, so it's going to be a fun year. Love college football. I would watch it 11 times out of 10 head-to-head against the NFL if I could. All right, third strike, base on ball. Bob wins that one. He is in safe at first. 2 down. Boy, huge inning for Canute. They have really responded to the Hydro Eakly jump out. 2 down, runners now first and second. 3 runs have plated here in the bottom of the first. Just a reminder, Prep Nation TV coverage today will flex. If Canute wins this game, then we will head to Hydro Eakly early and cover the Amber-Pocasset game against Sterling or Navajo, and then the Arapahoe-Butler-Fort Cobb-Broxton game. If Hydro Eakly rallies to win, then we will do back-to-back Bobcat games here, then head to Hydro Eakly High School for Arapahoe-Butler versus Fort Cobb-Broxton. And the 5 unassist tag. We'll head to the bottom, or correction, top of the second inning. Scores now, Canute 3, Hydro Eakly 1. Bobcats will be up to bat. You're watching PNTV.
When he goes to the playlist, it doesn't give him the A to Z option. Because you can set a timer.
And the strikeout. And a swing and a miss. Fires over, throw off the mark, E5, base runner safe. 2-0 pitch count. And the walk puts 2 on for the Bobcats. And advances the base runner, does his job. Out at first. And it's swing and a miss. And gets the K. Bobcat strand 2. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Canute continues to lead 3-1. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of Day 3 action here at the 2024 Labor Day Baseball Tournament. Way out to right field. He's going to turn it on. Should have ran faster, but I think he's still going to be safe by a mile at third. And he is triple. Nice leadoff hit for the Trojans. Pitcher to the first baseman. The runner remains at third. Fly out to left field, tags up, and it is a sac RBI. 4-1 lead for Canute. Fires over to third. Oh, misses the ball. E on the one. Base runner safe at first. Looked to be just a routine reversal there for the tag out. Misses the ball altogether, and Canute Trojans on again. Wallop set out to center field, flies out. Your score through 2 innings, Canute Trojans 4, Hydro Eakly Bobcats 1. Well, at the top of the 3rd inning coming up, you're watching PNTV. Trojans looking sharp, methodical, effective so far. Hydro Eakly had a big first inning. They're going to need to replicate that magic here. Otherwise, looking at elimination from the tournament that they host. Going to be tough for the hometown crowd to have to travel to Weatherford and then see the season end as far as for tournament play goes. So Bobcats, a lot to play for and still lots of time to turn it around. And another strikeout. One-two pitch count. Fires over to the third and gets him on the ground out. Hit out to center field. Dives, can't get it. Warner on with single. So the Bobcats now with a base runner on. For whatever reason, games both got started late over at Eakly High School. They're heading to the bottom of the second. Score remains 0-0 between Sterling and Navajo in a punch-out game. I'll keep you updated on that as it progresses. Evens up the pitch count, 2-2. K-time. Bobcats again strand a base runner for the third consecutive inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It is still Canute 4, Eakly 1. You're watching PNTV. Gets him on the ground out, one down. And advances. Into second, safe, ball just off the mark. Otherwise, did have a chance to get him on a tag out. And the strikeout makes it 2 down. Hit by pitch. Advances the base runner. First and second for the Trojans. So third strike base on ball, and now a hit batter has put 2 on for the Trojans again in the bottom of the third. Shifts out to left field, snags it. Your score 3-3. Canute 4, Hydro Eakly 1. Bobcats coming up to bat, top of the fourth.
Very beautiful.
To the short, second baseman. Fires over, still gets him. 4-3 ground out, 1 down. E5. Hot shot to the third base. Couldn't handle it. And fouls it off. Strikeout. And there's time out for the batter. Pitch count will resume. 2-2. Wild throw. Bob is undefeated today. Safe at first, safe at third. Bobcats now with a chance to score again. K-time. Bobcats again strand a base runner. They have done it in 4 consecutive innings, and thus far that has been the huge difference in the game. Navajo and Sterling in the bottom of the third, still 0-0 tie. They had the leadoff walk. Runner on his way to second, in safe for the stolen base for Canute. Four 3 ground out advances the base runner to third. Trojans again with a runner in scoring position. RBI double. Stand up in style. 5-1 lead for Canute. Good contact again, just going to fall, though, however, fly out center field. Nose dive at the last minute, unable to advance at second, obviously. Ball right behind him. Catcher snags it, almost trips over the third baseman, I believe, though. First baseman, correction. And so we are good to go. Your score through 4, Canute 5, Hydro Eakly 1. We'll have the top of the 5th with the Bobcats coming up to bat. Should the result hold, then we will be shifting over to Hydro Eakly High School to do the Amber-Pocasset game next versus either Navajo or Sterling. And then it'll be Arapahoe Butler versus Fort Cobb Broxton to close out PNTV coverage for Day 3 action. However, if Hydro Eakly does rally here in this game, we will do back-to-back Hydro games at Weatherford Eagle Field. So it'll either be the Dale game versus the winner of this game, or it will be Amber-Pocasset versus Navajo Sterling should Hydro Eakly lose this game. Infield pop-up fly. Shortstop shuffles over and snags it. And a single for the Bobcats. Base runner on. So 5 consecutive innings, Hydro Eakly has had somebody on. The problem has been, except for the first inning, unable to plate and move them around the base path. Safe at second. 2-2 pitch count. And the walk puts 2 on now for Hydro Eakly. Head coach Bobby Blackburn from Canute will head to the mound. Best opportunity the Bobcats have had since the 3rd inning. They did maximize the first, getting a run, but they stranded 2. They've got the bases loaded, multiple runners on in every inning now. Just been unable to maximize opportunities and be as efficient batting as Canute has been thus far. Safe at 3rd, safe at 2nd. Two down, though. Correction, out at 3rd, safe at 2nd. Can't field it. Safe at 1st. Oh, what a huge play. Had they not had the toss out at 3rd base, run would have scored. And once again, Hydro Eakly unable to convert. Well, led at the bottom of the 5th inning, Canute in command of this punch-out game. Over to the second baseman, 4-3 ground out. Single out to right field. Canute once again, base runner on. Got between a squeeze. Gets him on the tag count. One, 4, 6 on the official out. 2 down. Flies out to left field. All right, we'll head to the top of the 6th. Still Canute 5-1 over Andrew Eakly. Bobcats running out of opportunities to stave off elimination here. Gets the catch in right field. That was a deep ball. Nice defense by the Trojans. And gets him on the ground out. Canute now firing on all cylinders. Chops it over to the second baseman. Gets him on the ground out. 4-3. All right, we will head to the bottom of the sixth. Trojans will be up to bat. Looks like the Bobcats will have one final at bat in the top of the seventh unless this goes extra time and we hit the 2-hour limit. We did have a late start. That is part of the reason why this one will probably keep going. And so we've got an hour and 44 minutes of game clock time, but it hasn't been playing the entire time. So still plenty of time for the top of the seventh to roll out for Hydro Eakly to get one more shot.
playing another camp. She's screwing on the third. Austin's right behind her now.
I wouldn't give me a go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And another Canute run scores. Well, not looking good for Hydro Eakly. They're going to have one final at bat here in the top of the seventh coming up, but they have pretty much lost all control of the game. And it is Canute just rolling toward a potential matchup against Dale coming up.
Man, you should have scored. What was that pitch? Going with the ball. Oh, really great.
Flies out and snags it. Tags up, run scores. Sack RBI. Canute 7-1. And that could be the ball game 6 after 6 if it's enforced.
What's going on here? They called him out.
All right,
What did you do that? Did they
that is the ball game, folks. Run rolls are 6 after 6. 7-1 is the final score. Canute is victorious. We will be heading over to Hydro Eakly now to do the Amber Pocasset game versus either Sterling or Navajo. We'll give you one final update on that game before we cut the feed here. And so congratulations to Canute. It'll be Canute versus Dale in the final game here at Weatherford Eagle Field. And bottom of the fifth, it is Navajo 2-0 over Sterling. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We'll be back up at Hydro Eakly for back-to-back games